A shout out to our sponsor, MeUndies. One of the most important parts of summer is staying comfortable, especially when it's ridiculously hot outside. Trust me, we know in Austin. So to get the softest pair of underwear you'll ever own and save some money, MeUndies will give you an additional 20% off your first purchase plus free shipping, which means your junk stays comfortable and you save some money. To get it, just visit MeUndies.com/no and start shopping. Hoo-yah! Welcome to The Know, I'm Gus Sorola. Microsoft has been talking up the ultra-powered Xbox One X since last year's E3, calling it the most powerful console ever made, but so far all we know is the system specs rather than what it's actually capable of with real games. However, we finally have an idea of the system's true benchmarks thanks to an in-depth report by Digital Foundry. Love those guys. In the report, there are details about 9 different anonymous current-gen games. We don't know what they are, but we can make a couple of guesses about a few of them. And they all see massive boosts in resolution and frame rate when coupled with the Xbox One X hardware. I mean, that sounds like dumb material right here, but Digital Foundry is actually very impressed with the performance boosts, namely when developers use Microsoft's new Xbox One X SDK, which will fully unlock the full power of the Xbox One X, even if no patches are released to the game. In all, Digital Foundry feels that the presentation clearly demonstrates that Microsoft nailed their goal of providing games with 4 times resolution upgrade, so expect some very pretty console games here very soon. Earlier this week, Sony got a little bit of egg on its face by accidentally posting altered Xbox One X footage of BioWare's Anthem on its YouTube channel. Following some very loud teasing and backlash, Sony promptly removed the video, but not before some folks at Xbox could join in on the fun. Xbox marketing manager Aaron Greenberg posted a link to the story about the PlayStation takedown along with "Oops" and the classic tears of joy emoji. Classic. And then the comments are filled with people mentioning that time Xbox did the same thing with Watch Dogs footage, and it just sort of generates from there. But hey, it was funny while it lasted. The candid talk about Destiny 1 continues, only this time it's not Bungie speaking about how they could have done better with the first game, it's Activision. Activision CEO Eric Hirschberg spoke with GameIndustry.biz about some of the criticisms Bungie received about how much there was to do in Destiny, saying, "I have not been happy with the cadence of new content. Clearly there was appetite for more." He went on to talk about how with Destiny 2, 2 additional studios, High Moon and Vicarious Visions, will be working alongside Bungie in order to keep up with the demand for new shit to do in Destiny 2. So hey, you might actually have more than a few weeks of content this time around. The Star Wars Battlefront 2 closed alpha has been going on over the last week or so, which always means one thing for the PC version: data mining. And thanks to the data miners, we now have the full roster of the game's heroes when it hits the shelves. According to Reddit user Uninspired Zebra, great name, there will be 16 heroes total in the game, including Boba Fett, Han Solo, Leia, Luke, Bossk, Chewbacca, Darth Vader, Emperor Palpatine, Grievous, Iden, the game's heroine, Kylo Ren, Lando, Darth Maul, Captain Phasma, Rey, and Yoda. Really? You're gonna put Bossk in there and not Cy Snoodles? Come on, listen to the fans. Battlefront 2 and all its heroes hit store shelves on November 17th. As if there was any doubt, it looks like the SNES Classic will be just as big of a pain in the ass to get a hold of as the NES Classic was. And apparently demand for the retro console is so high that gamers in the UK are being limited to just one console. This week, Amazon began canceling pre-orders for people who order more than one SNES Classic, automatically adjusting their order down to just one. While the console hasn't been up for pre-sale yet in the US, it's probably a safe bet to assume that will be the case here as well too. The SNES Classic releases September 29th, and we wish you the best of luck trying to get one. We reported that the Grand Theft Auto mod Open 4 is back after working out a compromise with Rockstar, but apparently it's canceling a highly anticipated project. The group said that it's scrapping its Liberty City mod for GTA 5, which would have recreated Liberty City inside the world of Los Santos because it conflicts with Rockstar's modding policy. The group wrote on GTA forums, "Liberty City mod is a big loss for us since it was a huge part of our motivation to push Open 4 functionality." No word on what the group is working on next, but they say they're currently revising our plans for the future. Are you ready for Assassin's Creed Anime? It's apparently in the works courtesy of the guy who made the upcoming Castlevania animated series, which hits Netflix in 2 days. Producer Eddy Shankar said that the upcoming anime will tell an entirely original story. Shankar is apparently a huge fan of the series and said he played the first game the year he moved to Los Angeles. No word yet on cast, a premiere date, or where it'll be released, but it definitely sounds interesting. We all know that Season 7 and 8 of Game of Thrones will be shorter than usual. Season 7 will only have 7 episodes, and Season 8 will have just 6. But if you're feeling cheated, don't worry, because a lot of those episodes are going to be long. Season 7's finale will be a whopping 82 minutes long, which is basically movie length, Master of Disguise length, right? And according to the show's sound designer, each episode of Season 8 could be super long as well. That comes from Patricia Fairfield, who spoke at Con of Thrones, clever name. She said that producers are considering making each episode of the final season feature length, which means that we might be getting the same amount of Game of Thrones time-wise, just crammed in a fewer episodes, and yeah, that's fine with us. I'll allow it. Did gamers stop an assassination plot? Well, that seems to be the case after users of a gaming site reported a 23-year-old man who posted that he was planning to kill Emmanuel Macron, the president of France. The man said that he was planning to do so with an AK-47, you know, like the kind you get in battlegrounds, during a July 14th parade in Paris, saying he wanted to make a political statement. He apparently shared details of his plan on a gaming website, which police have not identified. Users of the site contacted authorities, who arrested the dude on Saturday. So, good work, gamers. Death threats are no joke, and it's cool to see the community doing the right thing. That about does it for our roundup of all things you need to know from every corner of the internet. For more news, remember to like this video, and if you're new around here, subscribe to the know. Nailed it. Thanks to MeUndies for sponsoring this update. MeUndies is seriously the most comfortable pair of underwear you'll ever own. We can tell you about it all day, but feeling is believing. Once you try them, you won't want to wear anything else. Every pair of MeUndies is sustainably sourced and made from a fabric that's 3 times softer than cotton, so no more buying packs of boring, scratchy underwear from the store. And this month, you should try out the fun Celebrate pattern before they're all gone. So to get 20% off your first pair plus free shipping, just visit MeUndies.com/know right now. That's MeUndies.com/know.